You're
Yeah, Dave.
like,
What
this is what
happened?
happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass. This is what happens. This is what happens.
The hell? That sounds like some bad Santa stuff.
Take it deep.
And Takuma, what the? No comment. All right, so we're starting this director's cut right now. So it's a little scattered. So once we get our live folks in here. All right, so the premise is mainly going to be for E3, and then I have some supporting stuff. But yesterday I was on a double date with my girl and her brother's girl, and there's something with VR that I really need to talk about my experience with it. So, it's gonna be very interesting because I was a naysayer until I tried it, and I think that they're onto something, but it has to be at an affordable cost, like nothing crazy. But with that, all right. So I have everybody here that's going to be here for the most part, right? Let's see.
Yeah, people that matter, damn it.
Takuma, if you keep barking orders with your waffle skin looking self, unbelievable. I was just playing. Alright, so alright, so we're gonna start the local recording in 3, 2, 1. What's
Ridge Racer!
wow. He just like that's how we open up New Gaming Order. This is Alex Lexus of the New Gaming Order CEO.
I'm fucking old.
Yeah, and I'm freaking old. And what's going on, T-Risk? Yeah, I don't know. The notification worked today. I don't know. We got to figure out why the notifications are acting up. But we are live. Today is Memorial Day weekend, 5/28/2016. And we're coming at you with the latest and greatest. Today on the panel, we have Demizzle from Tough Nerd Toys. What's going on? Intro.
I'm from Tough Nerd Toys now. Wow.
Oh, my bad. Free play mode. Shameless plug to Danae. You know, they were actually doing
Yeah.
quick hits, so that was still in my head. So I apologize for that. But go ahead.
Yeah, but what's going on, New Gaming Order people? As Alex did mention earlier, I just finished doing a quick hit on a variety of topics with Danae Shogeki, who is the CEO and founder of Tough Nerd Toys. So that's currently rendering, so be on the lookout for that within the next couple of hours. It'll be posted on the YouTube channel and Mr. Danae Shogeki's YouTube channel of Tough Nerd Toys. It should be up there, as well as the Facebook page and Twitter.
Yeah.
So we're putting it up everywhere, and shit, I haven't been playing much of anything, but what I have been playing is since yesterday, Killer Instinct, because Gargos dropped yesterday.
Oh
Man,
shoot! Really?
Gargos is fucking that business.
All right. You know what? Friday Night Fights, or the makeup for Friday Night Fights, will be Ki. And you're interested, if you're interested in participating as I'm learning the character, I'll do like a little room, a little lobby, and get the audience, the Mizzle involved, if anybody wants to check it out. Alrighty, and moving on, NYC Playboy, that the Black Idris Elba, James Bond, all over the country, all over the world. What's going on, man? And he is on mute. He's probably busy. Alright, moving on. I'll probably get him on the back end. Pause. But on your knees, what's going on? What you been playing?
As you are aware, but I don't think everyone else is. Wait, hold on. I'm muted.
No, you're not muted.
Can
We can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I'm looking at the freaking Twitch stream, and I'm like, why am I not lighting up? That's too bad. Special. But yeah, for the people out there, I recently discovered. I discovered this in a Reddit thread bashing the new Mighty Number 9 trailer, which makes one of anime nerds. Found a game called 20XX, which is a cross between Mega Man and a roguelike, which means procedurally generated levels for everything. It's really good. Alex had a chance to check it out last night.
Hell of a game. Hell of a game.
We'll be doing a stream maybe today. But yeah, it's two-player online as well. So it's got online co-op and local co-op. I'd rather just, explaining how it works, go ahead and check us out when we do that stream.
Now, I would like to say Symphony of the Night should have had a mechanic like this. where it's a two-player. Think of Mega Man X and Castlevania Symphony of the Night with those types of levels, and you know you can like team up. It has like a Contra element, Mega Man, and Castlevania. You know what I mean? It's well done, and it moves at 60 frames. Really, like almost like the top of the line Flash animation, but it's like literally a game. I'm trying to pull a video to stick in the background for you guys to check out. But man, I love these types of games. I'm more into the classic stuff because that's my era. But you know, On Your Knees made a good find with that. Very, very good find. So.
Yeah.
Definitely check that out. I'll have it playing in the background for you to check out. And oh, go ahead.
Before you go off, it's currently on sale because it's only what the hell is it? Why can't I think of it? It's the early access. That's the term I'm looking for. It's early access right now. So instead of $15, it's only $12. So you can save a couple bucks by buying it. But the game is pretty much complete as it is now. The guys just put finishing touches and whatnot on it.
Yeah.
But Steam has very positive reviews over the lifetime of the whole game. It was released actually a year and a half ago. It's going to be on Xbox and PlayStation when it is complete. But it's currently only on Steam because it's still in quote-unquote beta.
Well, it doesn't seem like a beta to me. That thing looked like it was on point, ready to roll. You know.
Like I said, it was released in November of 2014. So
yeah, that's kind of how other games like Brawlhalla went under the radar. You know, I mean,
a lot of even what was it? What the hell was that game? Broforce.
Yeah.
Same thing happened to them. They finally released it, and there wasn't that much new to it. But the game, when they did the early access, it was almost complete anyway.
Yeah.
Quality of life changes that they put in. But you might want to make that full screen so it's easy to see.
Yeah, unfortunately I can't because the Discord has been acting up for the last like month. So I'm gonna get it fixed, but you know that's kind of like a little preview. When we do the stream, you know they'll definitely get the full screen. Pause.
Okay.
Oh, shout out to Full Screen, our partner. You know, I had to take the pun, but Takuma, intro before we get started, bro.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? How y'all doing today? Alright.
You gotta speak up, man. I can barely hear you.
Hey, what's up, you gamers? How y'all doing? I'm alright. I had a wild party last night, so
And Takuma is mumbling. Unbelievable.
Mumbles?
Yeah, Mumbles. That's gonna be your new name, Takuma the Mumbler. What the heck? All right, yeah, go ahead.
No, Mumbles was a Dick Tracy villain, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, is it? Was it? How come?
Yeah.
You know what? Dick Tracy needs to come back in game form. I think so. But yeah, continue Takuma before we get started.
other than that, man, I'm still in the market for a PS4. So I'm not buying right now.
A Neo, right?
I don't know what to buy now. I don't know.
Man, you better wait. You better wait. But all right, with that, we are gonna move into our first topic. But here's my thing. I'm trying something a little different today. I'm not gonna take like articles, but actually talk about an experience from yesterday. Again, I was on a double date with my girlfriend, and you know, we went to a mall, and there was a VR cabinet. It had like 2 pods. It was red and blue, and I guess it was hooked up to this iPad or something, or I don't know. The CPU must have been in like the concession stand or whatnot. And you know, my girlfriend's brother decides like, hey, you know, let's check this out. You know, and I was looking, and I saw it when we were walking up while we were shopping, and on the way back, you know, it's like, hey, let's do it, you know, and I didn't think anything of it. Now, I've been like kind of like a naysayer of VR until I tried it yesterday, and wow, you know, my girlfriend's watching Netflix now, but you know, on a future show, I might even have her talk about her experience with it, because we got in there, and you could pick a bunch of games, like, you know, like a Jurassic Park shooter, a roller coaster preset, and we got in there, and there was this. Like literally, I put the headset on. I'm looking left. I'm looking right. I was in a whole different place, and you know, it was funny. I was like ragging on my girlfriend's brother's girl for screaming in the machine. But when I got in there, I literally took the headset off sweating. Like literally, it like completely tricks your senses into thinking you're completely in another world. Like if Oculus Rift, PlayStation VR, and all that is promising this type of experience, I might have to look into that, man, because wow, we get into the roller coaster, like literally I felt like I was at Six Flags, and I forget what they call the ride where you like go back and it flings you forward and starts flipping and rotating. I tell you, like even like the pods was moving back and forth. It had like air blowing at you as you're like going down to simulate wind. I'm like, wait a minute, this is unreal. I didn't think that VR was this far along. You know, graphically, like when I looked at to my left and to my right, seeing the polygons of characters that are sitting in the roller coaster with me, I was like, okay, well, this still has some work to do, but I was more focused on the experience. And man, they're onto something with this VR, and now I get it. Now I get it. So anyone who watches this show that frowns upon VR, don't knock it till you try it. I tried it. I was blown away. I didn't think it was like this, you know, but I wanted to share that experience with you guys and get your thoughts on, like, I remember we used to say that, oh, VR's not going to take off. I'm going to be first to readily admit that I was wrong. They're onto something, you know, but I don't know if the rest of the staff had got to, you know, try any of the VR headsets, but if you did, you know, the floor is yours to talk about.
I'll jump in on this.
Uh-huh.
I'll still maintain my original position of VR not going to take off.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not because the technology isn't impressive, because it is. I've used the Oculus Rift, the second developer's kit.
Uh-huh.
And I have a friend at work who has the HTC Vive, and yeah, it's impressive, but that's not the reason why it's not going to take off.
Is it the
The
cost?
reason why it's going to take off is ultimately going to be the cost, because the cost of entry for VR is still pretty damn high. Like the HTC Vive is on the high end of VR and it's $800, and
Yeah.
the Oculus Rift is like $600, and then you have to factor in the cost of the computer that you need to run these things,
Mm-hmm.
and you need a pretty high-end computer to run these things. And I'm talking about a legitimate gaming rig that will cost you anywhere between $800 to $1,000 to make. So
Yeah.
I don't see the average consumer spending that kind of money to use VR, and that's how things take off. You have to convince not the die-hard tech head, because the die-hard tech head will buy into something regardless of how much it costs, because they'll actually save up the money, or they have that much disposable income to invest in these kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
The trick is to convince the average consumer why they need to have this, this should be in their home
Mm-hmm.
at that high entry level cost. I don't see you convincing the average consumer that VR is something that needs to be in their home, especially when the average consumer doesn't build gaming rigs or go out and buy
Yeah,
gaming
that's
rigs.
true.
Like, the typical average consumer buys their computer from Best Buy or Walmart or Target or Circuit City or
Mhm.
H Gregg, and they typically run between $400 to $500. So,
Okay.
and these are not gaming level PCs. These are mid-level range PCs that can run some games, but you're not running the top of the line games, or you're not running the latest games at the highest possible settings they can be run at.
Mm-hmm.
And you got people now buying tablets or smartphones instead of PCs.
This is
Just
true.
They don't use the computer for much either.
Now, you know what? I wanted to add something. Both good points. How about, like, I think they could be overly ambitious in trying to get these into households. Like my experience last night, I think that what they need to start doing is going to venues like, you know, conventions, amusement parks, you know, things of that nature to get people's appetite wet. Like, for instance, remember arcades? Arcades, you had games that, like, you know, they weren't like top of the line for our standards today, but think of Neo Geo. It's like, man, you know, you got Art of Fighting, you got Fatal Fury, that's like it, and you can only get it there, and you make people want it, and then maybe eventually over time, when the cost of production goes down, then start trying to shoehorn it. Do you think that's fair to say?
Like, I don't think so either, because you have to remember, like, VR is still a very limited platform, because ultimately you need outside peripherals to control what's going on in the headset.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be limited by that. And
Mhm.
I've always stated that augmented reality is where it's going to be at, because you're not essentially having a screen 3 inches away from your face and projecting an image inside of that headset.
Mhm.
Augmented reality builds the world around you.
Oh, you
And
mean
that's
like more like the HoloLens, so to speak?
HoloLens, Google Glass, things of that nature. I think that's what's going to be more viable in the home.
But those are different markets, though. It's like, I guess the aims are different between the two, because, like, when
Like there's no practical use for VR, whereas there is practical use for HoloLens and Google
like
Glass,
everyday use, yeah.
ultimately.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's what's going to sell the average consumer on it, is practical use, because even like in the early stages of when home computing was in its infancy, you could sell the average consumer on practical use.
Mhm.
It wasn't strictly an entertainment device.
Okay. Okay. Now, on your knees, you were about to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to agree with Dave that with augmented reality, there's more practical use that you could sell it on. With VR, it's purely, well, for the most part, currently it's entertainment.
Mhm.
There's not that many actual non-entertainment purposes for VR.
Mhm.
I mean, there might be some obscure business needs for it, but it's
No, you
there's
can, like, from what I saw. Yeah, go
There's
ahead.
no consumer level practical use. Like for military applications and real estate stuff and teaching aids, yeah, you can use that, but that's not going to sell the average consumer on why they should buy it.
And you took the words right out of my mouth. I was saying to myself, man, like maybe like police trainers or simnet type stuff. I think it's still a ways off, but I'm telling you, from that experience changed my whole outlook on VR. Eventually, is gonna catch, but just probably not right now as they're trying to force it. But man, I'd say right now stick to amusement parks, government contracts, state contracts for training police in scenarios, or what have you. And man, I tell you, that thing blew me away, man. Again, it may not be for every. Yeah, it did. Hey, if you come out of there sweating, thinking like you are actually about to fall, and then you're only like 5 feet from the ground, then believe me, it did its job. Pause. But I'm just saying. With that being said, it's like, man, why is it like, okay? Remember when the advent of 3D glasses for the TV and all that? And they kept trying to push it and push it and push it, and then they just flat out abandon it. Like, you don't even see that anymore. Now, what happens to those who own those TVs, right? I mean, do they still have support for it? Like, what's going on with that?
It's a useless feature, because there is literally one channel in existence that offers 3D viewing, and that's ESPN 3D. And that's not even 3D all the time. It's only like for certain things.
that was another fad that people bought into too early.
Yeah, man. And I remember going to Best Buy and actually trying those 3D glasses and everything, and it looked cool. But I don't know, what was it? Was it the cost? Was it like the practicality of it, or people not wanting to put like something on their face to watch TV? Because I saw Avatar in 3D like that, and I was like, man.
Like 3D is a very, very niche market, and you have to remember, for like every one great 3D movie, there's like 100 bad ones that don't utilize the technology properly. Combined with the cost of 3D, I remember like you had like they didn't sell the glasses and the setup individually. You had to buy that shit as a set, and that was $400 in addition to the television.
Wait, what? It was how much?
Yeah, like the 3D glasses and the setup that you needed to use the 3D glasses.
No way. Are you serious? I didn't know it was that. I thought that was like an all-in-one thing.
Nope.
Wow.
Like I remember the setup was 4 sets of 3D glasses.
Mhm.
Because they weren't the cheap kind that you would get at a movie theater that they have you throw away.
Or like the
after
real
movie.
D3D ones.
These were like the battery electronic operated deals that were pretty high end.
I didn't know that.
Then you had the setup box that you would put next to the television and plug it in to do the 3D effect properly.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was expensive. I'd seen them run between like $300 and $500. At the most reasonably priced one was
$599 US dollars.
Oh man.
I've been waiting to use that for a few minutes now.
I thought you were going to. I'm like, he's gonna do it. This bastard's gonna do it, and he did.
Fucking bastard. But yeah, like 3D was a fad, and the reason why it was a fad is like people like, thought it was like, hey, Avatar and a few other movies were great with 3D, so maybe they'll want to use this at home, and that's not the case. And you see only one channel exists where 3D is utilized, and I think the same thing for VR. Like it's a great piece of technology that's good for once in a while, but again, you have to convince the average user of practical application and not strictly entertainment. And right now it's being marketed as to the average consumer as a strictly entertainment device.
Now, you know what? I'm thinking too, between the time that the 3D TVs were out and to now, you know, I think the consumers have changed as well. I think it's just like playing cards. Like once you get the right hand, right situation for the right time, you know, something's gonna make a change. But on your knees, I heard you were about to say something.
Yeah, it's kind of like when they first introduced TVs. The TV makers also had to provide content, because you're not going to buy a TV when radio is just good and fine for you if there's nothing to watch on the damn TV.
Exactly,
So
it needs to
these
support.
people put out a product without having the actual meaning behind it, kind of like how we bash Nintendo for not having proper third-party support.
Yeah.
The same should happen here. There's nothing to watch it with. That's why no one picked it up.
Now, let me ask you this. Now, Demizzle made a good point, like, outside of entertainment. Let's say, like, you know, one day they decide to do VR sitcoms where, you know, let's say, like, you know, and Takuba responded, but let's say you're watching, like, well, I've been watching Vampire Diaries. My girlfriend got me into that. It's a good show, by the way. And let's say that you can actually be in that show from a first-person perspective and watching the show unfold, but you're being transported there. Do you think that might be a good selling point for a product of this nature? And Takuma, I'll let you respond since you decided to. Oh God, we could be at a John Legend concert with, you know, with the VR.
Watching in VR, nah, I'll pass on that one.
Well, yeah, you were a hater of VR anyway, as was I.
VR, like, but it's like the fact that, like, actually,
But you know what? Now transporting people to concerts and stuff, you know, like pay-per-views. I think that there's something they can do with this at some point.
oh, I'm sorry, I don't see that. People want the live experience. They don't want.
What's that?
If you're trying to put like a concert in VR, people don't want that. They want the live experience. They want the sight.
No, I get that, but let's say you know, your travel arrangements are limited, or you can't go to the UK, or you can't go to, you know, Las Vegas or something. I think that there may be other applications or uses that they can try to, you know, market for it. You know.
I think in that situation, they would rather just go to a movie theater and watch it, because then you're watching it with people, so you get partially that live experience.
Yeah.
And you know, you're not all by your lonesome.
And shout out to Project Justice and T-Risk who are joining us in the chat. He said, hey guys, 3D is only good for the movies. It's just not practical to view normal TV programming. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. It's just that, you know, now they're always trying to push the boundaries of technology and trying to see, like, bring that IMAX experience, like, straight to your eyes, you know? But there's a thing called sensory overload. You gotta be careful with that, you know, like people with seizures, epilepsy, and all that stuff. So,
Like, you seen that movie Surrogates, right? Okay.
really, Takuma? Oh my gosh! You know what? That's not cool, man. That's not cool. That was a good movie though.
I'm just saying, that was a good movie. What you say that movie? All right.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm just saying.
surrogates. Tag. All right. So oh, I see Nelson joined us. Nelson, do you have anything to add to the topic?
Holy shit.
VR is still obviously not good. The only thing that's good out of VR is one thing I found yesterday, which was pretty interesting. It's a rhythm game. I don't know what platform it's on. I don't know if it's on like the Sony version, the Microsoft HoloLens. I don't know what it is. All I know is that you take these two shields, it's a red and blue shield. You pick any song from the internet. Like we're talking about, you can have it on your external, you can have it on the cloud, you can have it on YouTube. You can find any song, and when you launch up the application, you're blocking the beat of the song with these shields. And it looks like a highly advanced like Guitar Hero type game. And you're in a 3D world, and the shit looks sick as fuck.
I have to look into that.
I have a link for it. I'll put it in like the chat later on as the topic progresses. But
Okay.
as of my opinion of VR usage, it should only be used in the medical field or something to benefit like human life as it is. For a basic general consumer, it's not ready for that yet because we tried it in the past. We're trying 3D with the glasses in the movie theaters and stuff like that. Yeah, we came so far, but I think that it's not time yet. And it's kind of ridiculous how they're trying to future-proof already, like the graphics cards and stuff like that to make it up to VR or 5K ready and shit like that to be able to perform these things. But it's probably gonna take like literally another 10 years for perfection to
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course.
you know, so it's, to me, it's not ready by the consumer, and it's going to be a very, very strict niche market for those hardcore people like computer analysts or like computer gurus that's on YouTube that does reviews for products.
Yeah.
Those people will be the only ones that will be benefiting from these products because they got the money to throw away to give you their opinion of the product.
Yeah, earlier on I was saying that this will definitely be a good thing for amusement parks. You know, eventually. Yeah, I know, but I think that it's gonna take it to the next level. Japan has always been ahead of us with this. You know, like especially with their robotics.
Has that. Some parts of Florida has it. And some states have it. It's just crazy.
Well, yesterday I was with my girl before it came on, and that VR experience blew me away. I was like, no way. It's for $5 for like I forget how long it was. I'm like, man, that I might have to go back there and play the other games that they have to offer. The guy has a little setup over there in Woodbridge Mall. He was taking care of business, man. He had a line after my girlfriend's brother's girl was like screaming on the roller coaster thing. She was like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" It was funny. My girl was screaming too. It was funny stuff. But
the link is in the chat right now, so you can check out the guy's Twitch channel.
Okay.
Apparently, he was the only one to have access to this piece of software on Twitch. No one else streamed it, so I commend him for attempting, despite the fact of how early in the stages the game is. You can fast forward to any point. It's just like a demo.
Oh, you don't have a YouTube link for that, do you?
You can click on the Twitch link and you can show it. It will still play the video.
Alright,
So it's not gonna whatever. But hopefully after the end of this topic, I can bring an actual thing to talk about because I've seen a lot of PSAs here.
No, today you'll see it's a little different. Like, you know, it's mainly gonna be pre-E3 stuff. All right, so
well, again, I have an actual topic that I want to discuss because it involves like esports in its entirety.
okay, yeah, put it in the link and then we'll get it set up. So, New Gaming Order, we're going into intermission. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on newgamingorder.com for the latest and greatest gaming news. And an announcement: we are 5 subs away from 2,000. We must have been doing something right, even with taking a little like hiatus here and there. You know, shout out to Fullscreen, our partner, and to those who have been supporting this channel from the beginning, from, you know, all of us merging into making one big network. Thank you guys for the support. Once we get to 2,000, I'll do like a little celebration show, and whoever the 2000th subscriber is, they're gonna get a gift, courtesy of New Gaming Order. All right, so we'll see you on the next segment. Peace. All right, first segment is done. All right, what's that topic you want to talk about?
I wanted to talk about. I think it's pronounced like Avid. It's AVYD.
Yeah, okay, put it in the Discord for me.
Well, the thing is, it's just an upcoming website. The site's not finished. I can tell you a lot based on the conversations I've seen on live streams. Which are not
Avid?
archived yet. Yeah, it's AVYD. You can look it up in Google. You'll find a website.
Yeah, I'm
but it
pulling
won't be
up.
much.
Yeah, Fighting Championship.
And basically, this company.
Oh shit! Okay.
This company is legalizing gambling for esports tournaments.
Yo, these cats ain't playing.
Because if you haven't noticed, esports is taking a very serious direction, and they're putting a lot of rules now behind tournaments. Like, they use the word thuggery in a very bad way. So you are not able to curse in any form of way.
Oh, I see what's going on. I see.
You
They're trying to. Okay.
You can't have certain sponsorships, like YouPorn is no longer a Capcom Pro Tour sponsor.
Wait. All right, hold on. Let's start this live because this is what? Hold on.
I'll explain.
All right, 3, 2, 1. What up? What up? New Gaming Order. We're back for segment number 2, and Nelson had brought something to me that really just. I was like, what? Like, hold up. All right, so let's go back to the podcast. All right, so here is, I'm going to pull up that image for you to look at. All right, so Avid, Avid.com, the championship is like going to be this new esports foundation type setup where they have organized rules, but this is Nelson's topic, so I'm gonna let him run it. So what info can you shed on this?
Alright, well, basically, let me describe what Avid is. I don't know how you would pronounce this, but
Yeah.
what they're doing is basically helping, as of right now, esports, fighting game scene in general. There's a lot of issues where you're not able to do side bets. You're not able to gamble at tournaments because it's prohibited. Since we're going now into the realm of esports, and if you guys haven't read the latest reviews or press release of Capcom's tournament standings, you're not able to do a lot of things now. Like, you're gonna have to go legit. You need legit sponsorships. You need the right promotions. You need to not curse. You need to not present yourself in a very disrespectful manner.
Yeah,
so on and so forth.
T-Riss is saying, okay, if people want to be professional gamers, you gotta act professional. If you want to be professional or make that pro money, like you gotta. If it's turning into like the PGA or MLB or NHL or NFL, you know what I mean?
Correct.
There's just certain things that you just don't see on TV. Like you can't be cursing and gambling or the grassroots stuff behind the scenes where the origin of the.
I can't call nobody a bitch.
Well, do you see that in the
if you call someone a bitch, you get disqualified and you get thrown out and banned for that tournament.
But here's the thing.
Yo, I guess we won't be seeing low tier God on these tournaments anymore then.
Oh man, that is the saltiest mofo.
There's a lot of people that are leaving the FGC because of this. And I don't understand why, because this is the dream that see, I can speak freely because I'm not going to go to these tournaments, so I can speak freely as I want. Oh, y'all motherfuckers wanted more money, right? So this is your opportunity to shine in the limelight and get your piece of, your piece of pie. You're sitting there, oh, how come Counter-Strike and League of Legends be making like close to $500,000 in prizes? Well, we're here now. We're making big top dollars. Now you need
but they gotta work within the confines of that,
it's just like being in the NFL, just like being in the NBA. You're confined to fucking rules, and if you break the rules, you get penalized for it. Same shit.
And that's why they say folks are selling out and all this other stuff. It's like, hey, What do you want to do? You want to make the money, or you still want to, hang out on the block?
Money or you want to get paid? Which one?
But let me
What the
explain-
heck?
Let me explain what the website is doing as of right now. For anyone who has not been keeping up with the FGC scene, former, what would you call that? But we'll just say special advisor, because I don't know what the fuck his title was at the time. Special advisor Alex Jabali from Iron Galaxy is no longer employed. Reason being is because he wanted to start with this Avid partnership that he's now a part of. So now Avid and CEO, or Alex Jabali, are now merged together to make this into fruition. And the whole purpose of the system is that in the past, you guys remember game battles or certain websites that you could go on to online and like actually compete, and you could go into a ranking system and stuff like that, and you record your stats. And, it feature reference for like MLG tournaments. Well, think of it in the sense of that, but you're having a system where you get to make a tournament or a tournament that's made by a particular organizer. The money is placed on their tournament standings, and you put in the money, whether if it's PayPal, debit, credit card, or whatever. You play in your tournament bracket, and then after you win, that's it. Legalized gambling is now officially done without no strain on the TO's part or making it look bad for sponsorships, so on and so forth.
Wow.
So it's actually a great idea to have this concept being done. And what's crazy, if you look at the official site, they have qualifying dates, and you get to qualify for online tournaments, you get to qualify for local tournaments, and they're already throwing away $100,000 in money to support the scene.
Man, that talk about a major change, man. Like, okay, no, let's see if they're about it. If they're like, okay, well, we want to make that money. Hey, it's like getting a job. Like, hey, there's jobs that I'm looking at. If I get them, there's certain things that I have to change to sustain it. You know what I mean? You're in their world. They're the ones with the money. If we had the money, we would do what the hell we want. But
And you have people already making it an easier way to get in, like Justin Wong, Filipino Champ, Alex Valle, and some of the other OGs of the scene. They're trying to make it easier for everyone that's like upcoming or that's very not fond of politics and business to get into this, because it's a very good idea for the transitioning that the esports that they're trying to uphold. I don't know if you heard about this new organization that just formed. It's like a community of esports where it's like how would you put it? I don't know how to word it correctly, but it's like the official representation of esports. If you have any issues, you go to these guys. If you want work visa, you go to these guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they control everything esports.
Interesting.
And
you know what? So they're official, these guys?
Yes, these are an official, legitimate business. And there was also another topic at hand where they brought up, like, there's a guy that's about to supposedly in gaming retire. Like, he's done. He's been doing it for 11 years. He's done. They're offering him, based on this new organization, a permanent pension for his time playing in the esports realm.
Well, you know what? Here's my thing with that. That's fine and good. I think, though, with pensions and things like that, like, they got to make that opportunity available to, like, a lot more people. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, this can definitely fall into that vacuum of hoop dreams. See all these kids thinking like they're gonna make it to the NBA when reality of it, only like 22% make it out of
you have qualifications to uphold within the organization. You can't just be any Joe Schmo. Like, you have to have like what do you call that, a gaming resume, I guess is what they're calling it now, and you have to show your credentials of what you can do or what you have already done in the industry to show that you can become a part of this organization. And it's not like say like for me, for an example, I played in a couple tournaments in the past, but that's not gonna mean shit to them. I'm not playing currently. I'm not showing an example or leading by an example at fighting game tournaments or StarCraft tournaments or.
That sounds similar to like
know.
when we keep putting in for Comic-Con and keep getting denied. They're gonna be like, "Oh well, when was the last time you went to an event? When was the last time you covered any news? Things like that." You know, so I get what they're trying to look for legitimacy in the candidates that they are trying to bring on. So I get that, but I mean that's something I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to revisit because there's some staff members I'm pretty sure. Like Project Justice and Shinwar and Noop that probably can, add to this discussion, But with that, that's interesting. I didn't know that this was, a thing. But I'm looking. Well, I just followed Avid on Twitter, and I like them on Facebook. So I'll put a link to them on the New Gaming Order Facebook page, so that the audience can check it out. But it's interesting. All right, so Nelson, we'll have to talk about this some more in the future once they have some stuff.
Definitely, we can. I just want to see if I could find that Twitter link for you. That also, of the organization, so you can know like exactly some input on it. Because I don't want you to be like, oh, how the fuck does he know this? And where's the official site for it? When I get the info, I'll put it in like the chat. But
okay.
There's the official link. They have a website and all that. I just gotta find out their Twitter page.
No problem. Alright, New Gaming Order, we're gonna bring this topic to a close. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on newgamingorder.com. And don't make me come after you with the head crush. We'll see you on the next segment. Peace. I'm gonna have to look into this. These guys are no joke. As I'm reading and looking through, I'm like, man, look at that prize money though. Okay, good stuff. Alright, so we're going to move into the next topic, the Xbox Scorpio. And I guess the first... Matter of fact, I'm going to have to condense it because running a little overtime. But just follow my lead, you'll see how we're going to set this up. Alright, so we're going to start this segment in 3, 2, 1... New Gaming Order, we are back. For those of you just joining us on YouTube, make sure you check out our other videos talking about Avid, big fighting game community news info that I'm pretty sure, those diehard folks and some of the staff members would definitely be interested in taking a look at it, to give everybody a chance to be that pro gamer. So with that, we're heading back into the podcast, and I hear some background noise. Is that you, Tahuma?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
What the heck? Unbelievable. Alright, so...
You're not sorry.
Okay, New Gaming Order. E3 is about 2 weeks away. A little over 2 weeks away. And, now it looks like... How can I say? There's a horsepower war raging between Microsoft and Sony. Now, we already talked about the Xbox Next Generation and the PlayStation 4K, aka now the PlayStation Neo. Alright, so we know that what we had discussed in the past, and I wish Noop was on, but a lot of what we were saying was, okay, we know that the 4K with the more power and everything, with I think it's at 4 point something teraflops. I have to double check, but what we were talking about in our first segment with VR needing so much more power out of these consoles, it looked like Microsoft did two things. They let Sony go first, and then they're following suit. What I'm looking at WCCTech.com, they're talking about the Xbox Scorpio, which is supposedly the Generation 2 X1. Now, it's looking like the system is supposed to be 4 times more powerful than the current Xbox, more beefier than the PS4 Neo. Now, we already knew this, but now I'm looking at it where it's supposed to have integrated Oculus Rift support out of the box. I'm like, what? So, again, I'm probably gonna have to pick on DeMilzo first, but it looks like they're going full steam ahead with this VR stuff, but with that, Microsoft, let's kind of put this under the E3 umbrella, where it's like rumors have it that there's supposed to be two Xboxes announced, where you're gonna have a smaller Xbox One or Slim, or that's the prevailing rumor right now, and then probably gonna touch on some Xbox One Scorpio. I mean, my thing is, I think Microsoft's focus right now, I don't think that they really need to do a Slim, because unless it offers something better than the current model, Xbox One is not even selling that well compared to the PlayStation 4, just on numbers alone with the RAM power. Now, like I was saying, it's a horsepower war with this generation, because the fanboys are all about numbers. Even if those numbers don't directly affect their gameplay, it's like, well, my system more powerful than yours. So it's turning into this. They're losing focus, and I think that what Microsoft needs to do is focus all their resources into the Scorpio and not do a Slim, because now it's like, why? It makes no sense. To me, it's dumb. Put all your assets and resources, R&D, into the Scorpio. If this new Xbox One Generation 2 with the Oculus Rift support out of the box is gonna be a thing, I think their focus is all over the place. But I wanted to give Demizo the floor. What are your thoughts on Microsoft for E3? What they should be focusing on, and what they are doing actually?
I honestly think that the Scorpio rumor is just that, it's a rumor, because I tend to trust Phil Spencer on what he says, because honestly he's been pretty straight up since he's taken over the reins of the Xbox division for Microsoft. And if he says there's not going to be an Xbox 1.5, there's not going to be an Xbox 1.5. But on the same token, if there is an Xbox 1.5, just like there is an PlayStation Neo, I'm straight up done with console gaming.
Okay.
I'm gonna be done with it, because that means, like, you're telling me that you're gonna just replace a console that you put out about 3 years ago now. Well, it's entering its
year 3?
Year.
Yeah, year 3.
We're in the third year of Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and you're telling me that you have no faith in the console that you put out 3 years ago, to the point where you're going to release an upgraded version of it, and you're going to expect me to spend another $400 to $500 to get it to play games at a slightly better resolution and frame rate, and that's not acceptable to me. If I'm going to do all that, I might as well just switch back to PC gaming and upgrade my rig every 3 or 4 years, because at least then I know what I'm getting into, and I know the kind of money that I'm going to have to spend. And if I'm going to get into PC gaming again, I can upgrade on my terms instead of being stuck with a static box.
Yeah.
So if Microsoft does this, I'm strictly done with console gaming.
But you do know, you just said something that triggered a thought process. Okay, you said about static boxes, right? Where, this Scorpio, because they're saying it's not just an Xbox 1.5, it's supposed to be a Generation 2. Like, I'm thinking, if it is indeed a new console with, AMD working with the back support for, old chipsets, so to ensure backwards compatibility, it's seeming like this new system is supposed to be dynamic, where you can just remove certain things and put things in to keep that system going, as opposed to where the set-top boxes or the Steam boxes failed. This is supposedly supposed to succeed in that area. I mean, do you agree or disagree with that? Because I get that. I'd be mad too. Like, look, with the 4K, I'm sitting here looking at this PS4. I'm like, I'm getting ready to get rid of it. You know what I mean?
I disagree that it's gonna work out, because the average consumer is not gonna know what to do in order to upgrade a console, to be honest with you. Like, they're not gonna want to go into the guts of a console, take something out and put it back in. And because the ideology behind a console is like you buy it once for about 5 to 6 years, you play it, and then you buy the next one, and the hardware that you get is the hardware that you get, and that's the end of it. Like you just hook it up to a TV, plug it into the power, pop in the disc or whatever media that it uses, and go.
No, I get that, but instead of, because they're even talking about they're trying to eliminate console generations after the next, where it's just like, okay, this system goes with you, it grows with you, you know. And to me, that's blurring the lines between a PC and a console. You know what I mean?
If I'm gonna do all that, I might as well just get a PC.
But what if they make the components just a simple snap and replace? And when they do these upgrades, it's not, instead of doing a console cycle, they do a parts upgrade cycle.
Honestly, like building a PC these days is not the most complicated thing in the world.
But there's some people who would make it complicated.
As you stated, it's snap and go. But it's literally, there is no other place where you can put things, and that's how it's become. It's literally gotten to the point where there are no other slots where you can legitimately put a part. They've made it pretty much idiot proof. But in the same hand, people do not want to go through that hassle of having to open up a piece of equipment and doing it themselves.
But what if we don't know how they plan to do it? What if it's something real practical? 1, 2, 3, boom. You know what I mean? Because I think that where you're steering at is like people aren't going to want to do that. But what if it's easy? You know what I mean? Like if it is easy and they do kind of go that route, then what?
I'm still going to be done with PC gaming because I want to be I'd still be done with console gaming because I'd want to upgrade as I see fit, not according to a static standard. Okay.
I mean, that's fair enough, because now when you leave it in the hands of the console developer, it's like, hey, you gotta wait for them to put it out there, you know. So makes some sense. But Dimizzle, I'm gonna give Nelson a chance to speak on it. What are your thoughts on the current topic?
Well, this whole Xbox One thing, I swore we talked about this on the previous podcast.
We did in terms of like the Scorpio, but I did, you know, it went off on a tangent, but the fact that there's supposedly the rumored Slim coming out and then the Scorpio, it's like, why are you trying to fight with yourself? It's like, I think they're trying to cannibalize themselves. And it's like, hey, just leave the Xbox as is and just focus on that new system or that Generation 2 that's they're trying to put out to compete with the Neo.
Well, again, if you guys are just doing this just to fucking compete with whatever rumor is out there, there's nothing that's official, there's nothing concrete. The reason why I'm saying this is because it hasn't been officially presented by the company, hasn't been shown at E3, it hasn't been shown anywhere. It's just, this is all speculation right now. So if there is another Xbox One, if there is another PlayStation 4 that's supposedly stronger than the console that we have now, and so fucking be it. Make us attempt to waste our money. I'm not getting the new PS4 when it comes out. I'm not getting the new Xbox One when it comes out, unless if it has something that I really truly need. Oh, you're gonna have VR. I don't give a fuck about VR. I already said that on my last statement in the previous topic we spoke about. If you're gonna bring something where I get to like interchange the console and put and take out whatever I feel like it, I may have some interest in it, because then it's a small computer yet again. I get to literally change the RAM, the processor, everything. I can do whatever I want. Now, as of promising it to use it for VR and making the jump where you have no idea what's going to happen, don't do it to yourself, because just like how you released the Kinect and you fucked up twice, you gonna fuck up again.
Well, Kinect, they messed up by trying to force it on people. You have to always make sure that they feel like they have a choice in the matter. You know what I mean? Because, again, I hate to make a movie analogy, but like if you look at The Matrix, when you let the consumer feel that they're like, hey, I can choose to do it or not to do it, then they're more accepting to it. You get what I'm saying? But like, if you're like, you have to, you need this, they're gonna be resisting, and cause an issue. You know, so that's I don't know. But continue. I didn't mean to go too long.
1 sec.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some info to stick into the chat. What the hell? Cancel. Alright. But while we wait...
Sorry about that, because fucking people don't know how to respect my damn fucking privacy.
Put some respect on my name.
More or less to wrap up my statement, I just feel like they're jumping into conclusions with this, and they shouldn't be, making the unnecessary and unneeded jump when they still have to make focus on their current hardware and focus on what was it? The backwards compatibility, being able to have more stable server connections with connecting to player. They need to bring better content. There's a whole lot of shit that they gotta fix, and it just seems like, oh, this is like a rough sketch, like a rough draft.
Yeah.
The consoles that we have for the last 3 years, and they're like, oh fuck this, let's just invest into something new. They're gonna buy it anyways.
Yeah. Okay. Now, you know what? E3, do you think... Here's my thing. Do you think that this Generation 2 they're gonna even talk about it at E3?
They might. It's a big might.
Here's what I think. You know what? If they have a system such as the Xbox Slim coming out, and then they announce the Scorpio as well, I think that they would hurt themselves because people aren't gonna buy the Slim. They're gonna like, I'm just gonna wait for the Scorpio. You know what I mean?
And that's just like the same thing when they came out with the PlayStation 3. Remember, they made a 500 gig one, then they made the Slim, and then they made another model, and they all were bought because it was depending and catering to that specific consumer.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Okay. So basically, all right, Blazing Kiddis Gaming is saying that they're competing with Sony VR, but I thought their VR thing was with HoloLens. All right, to answer that question, HoloLens is a different product. It's augmented reality, not VR. Demizzle was talking about that earlier, where it's like what the world around you, it just works within it. Like, you look at examples like the Minecraft video with the HoloLens, how, you could be looking in your living room and that becomes the level, Matter of fact, let me pull up some examples of that while we wait. HoloLens and Minecraft. Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, it's two different things altogether, and with that being said, I think that, if they do support it... Oh, hold on 1 second. I'm just all over the place today. Yeah, I'm pulling the Windows video to kind of stick in the chat so you can see. But, yeah, this is the HoloLens application. Yeah, like, if you see, like, the living room becomes the TV, the wall, you can just... It pretty much, like, turns the world around you into your computer. So that hopefully that answers your question. HoloLens and VR are two different things. All right, and Nelson, you ready to go?
Nah, you can skip me, man. I'm a little fed up with what just happened. You can just skip me.
All right, yeah. If you want to take a break, we're good because I'm probably gonna shorten the rest of it and finish like the E3 focus onto like Tuesday or so. But Chris, do you have anything to add? No,
not right now. I had to step away, so I missed part of this again.
Okay, no problem. All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna reset. We're gonna go into intermissions, and we'll be back. For those of you checking us out on YouTube, make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. Check us out on NewGamingOrder.com for the latest and greatest. And for those who are watching us live, thank you guys for checking us out. And we'll be right back. Peace. Yeah, so director's cut stuff. Doesn't the Oculus Rift come with 360 controllers? No. It comes with the standard Xbox One controller. What, the HTC comes with the Xbox One controller too, right?
No, it comes with two wands that work with the 3D.
Wait, the HTC? Really?
Yeah, it comes. That's why it's more expensive. It comes with the two wands, which Facebook is going to release for the Oculus Rift, and they're going to charge extra for that. So the price of the two are going to be about the same.
Really? Interesting. I thought it came with the stuff. All right, that's cool.
No,
That's
this
cool.
comes with the controller, and the HTC has the little peripherals that come with it.
Yeah. Okay. But just putting that, we're still in director's cut, but I'm just letting the chat see what the actual HoloLens is. You see how the guy is actually looking at his living room table and everything. It just puts the world in your world, as opposed to VR going into its world, so to speak. So just wanted to show that blip.
It's augmented reality is what it is.
Yeah, what I really like is the demonstration of actually being on Mars type stuff. I'm like, man, that would definitely blow my mind with that whole thing. But yes, let's go back into the intermission screen. And you know what? Yeah, I'm running out of time. So, you know what? We'll just go into PSAs and wrap up, and then I'll if you're available. Well, you said on the 6th, right, Chris? Your hours are gonna change.
Yeah. So I got one more week. I'm working this Monday, but I got one more week. Then I'm on 11 to 7:30.
11 to 7:30. Oh man, that'd be great, because I can probably bring it back during the week again, and then this way we don't have to strain for Saturdays. But I mean, I'll still do a Saturday show as long as I'm not a military drill or anything. Now, Slinky Jim, he's like, I'll wait for the contact lens VR. Wait a minute. Slinky Jim, you would support the contact lens? Man, what if that gets stuck to your eye or something? My sister, she uses contacts, and it's too much maintenance, man. Yeah, that's right. That's what I meant. So possibly Rift may get deals with Microsoft Xbox. Yeah, well, the Oculus... T-Risk, yeah, they're working with Microsoft, so yeah, I'm trying to answer as many questions as possible. Yeah, Slinky Jim, you're trying to turn into Skynet or something. I'm not putting that on my eye. Screw that.
Anything that we use in this world is bad anyway, so what's
Yeah.
the point?
Yeah, it's all gravy. So yeah, for the sake of time, I gotta start wrapping things up. But
So, do you have any PSAs that actually needed to be addressed?
no, I think I did some of them early on. Well,
So did you discuss about like the stuff that's already out or coming out soon?
well, yeah, and that's what. I'm glad you brought that up. Let me start that in 3, 2, 1. New gaming order. What's going on? We are kind of winding down. I'm running out of time actually, because I woke up a little late, and I was up late doing Kung Fu Strike on Friday Night Fights. So yeah, I take the heat for it. But I wanted to talk about a couple of PSAs and some of these other titles. I'm bringing back the Tuesday night special show for anything that we didn't cover on the main show. I'll go over there. So just I'll be on the lookout for that. I wanted to also talk about the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that came out by Platinum Games this week. Now, there's some good and bad things about the game. Me, Shinwar, and Noop have been playing the title. It's good, but my thing is, we are in a day and age where, frame rate matters, because to me, that kind of shows progression in technology, right? And I think that Activision made a bad move, or somebody at Platinum Games made a bad move to lock the game at 30 frames on next-gen consoles. Next, the fact of the matter is, they also produced the game for 360 and PS3. Stop it. Those systems are done. I think that might have hurt the development of the stronger platforms, and I think that big no there. However, the gameplay itself, not bad at all. And ordinarily, Platinum Games is not really known for their online element. So to me, I correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first time I'm seeing Platinum Games make an effort with an online game. If I'm incorrect, please check me at the door. But I think initially when Turtles, Mutants in Manhattan came out, there was an online issue where the achievements on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One weren't popping up, and trying to link up to somebody's lobby, somebody's game was kind of an issue, you know. But other than that, it seemed okay. But there's a lot of arena fighting as opposed to level exploration. So what you're gonna see in the chat, the Discord, is some of the gameplay that I had produced earlier this week. But the game kind of feels like a modified version of Transformers Devastation, but Devastation is actually a better game. Better music, more flow. Out of the Shadows actually had a more robust combat system where you can actually do chain fighting like Arkham, the Arkham games for Batman. So I mean, the game is not terrible, but it's still not. I think the level was too high set for me, at least, because I'm coming off of Transformers Devastation from Platinum Games. But then again, Platinum Games has always had the great reputation, like Konami used to have, with having some of the best titles out. But I guess sometimes they can't all be winners. But this one, I would definitely check it out because it's not a full price game. They can shave it another $10 because if you speed run it, you can get through it in 3.5 hours. If you do all the secrets and stuff, it's about 6. So, but that's one PSA. And while I'm trying to recharge, Nelson, did you have anything that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Talk about a couple of things before I get the hell out of here. If you guys haven't noticed already, Combo Breakers this weekend for UFGC Tournament Heads. There's about 5 streams that's on right now, and this will be leading up to Sunday's finals, where Capcom is going to reveal possibly a new character, if anyone gives a fuck anymore.
What's the rumor? It's either Ibuki or Balrog, right?
Balrog.
It's either Balrog or Ibuki, or it might just be one of Ono's trolls saying that, yeah, we're here to announce something. Yeah, we have more stuff coming soon. Nothing to announce. Type bullshit.
Okay.
So it might be that, I don't know. Other announcement is that as of yesterday, Gargos for Killer Instinct Season 3 is officially out. So get your hands on Gargos. Apparently he's cheap as fuck.
Yeah, teleport punching people and stuff.
Teleport punching, summoning monsters, doing Izuna drops, being able to break out of any combo breaker with his instinct mode. Guy's a fucking mess. He can sweep you from full
character.
but he can sweep you from full screen. That's a OD. Like
That's crazy.
Are you
That's too
serious?
much. That's too much. Like,
also,
really?
let's see. What was I gonna say? To answer your question, Platinum Games, this is not their first online mess.
Okay.
Anarchy Reigns was their first online game.
You know, I didn't play Anarchy Reigns.
That's their very first online game.
Okay.
What else was I gonna say? Check out the other games that are coming out. Like for the 3DS, they're making a new game called Dragon Ball Fusion, which is basically for all you Dragon Ball Z fans that wanted to know like what character would look weirdly meshed together in a fusion. You can do it now. You can fuse Krillin and Piccolo. You can fuse Broly and Goku. You can fuse up to 7 characters in one body.
What the heck? That's
Definitely check out the 3DS game. It's a JRPG. It's not a fighting game.
Uh-huh.
It's an RPG. It's coming out for the 3DS.
Mhm.
That might be something to check out. What else is going down? Anyone who's in Florida, check out CEO. That's coming out in June. There's going to be a lot of wrestlers going to this event, and a lot of MMA fighters.
Uh-huh.
So you definitely might want to check that. What was this other news that I found? It was something on Twitter. Man. I'm trying to quickly.
Yeah, I'm responding to the chat.
Blaze
Yeah.
Blue is coming out
Mhm.
sometime in June. The new Guilty Gear is almost out in June.
Revelator for what? The PC or PS4?
I think it's PC.
Because this one has Johnny in it, right?
PS4. Yeah, I think it's PS3, PS4, and PC.
Is
Alright.
Zappa in it?
Zappa, no. I think they said something story-wise says why he's not coming back.
Zappa may be making a DLC appearance in the future.
But Chris, you're gonna love Johnny, man. He looks freaking awesome. He looks freaking awesome. And with that,
And the last thing I guess we'll talk about is that if you guys are streamers, you guys have XSplit, you guys have OBS, stay tuned for the next 2 months. There will be new patches and new updates towards these streaming software thanks to Victor Vaughn. If you don't know who that is, that's Spooky. You don't know, but FGC
yeah,
stuff.
isn't he working in the Philippines now or something?
He's the lead program designer of XSplit now, and yes, he did relocate in the Philippines.
Yeah, so. Oh, by the way, I wanted to make mention that if you're watching Gargos in the background, he looks strangely familiar to a villain from a movie called Legend back in 1985. I was really small. And Tom Cruise was fighting this dude. I put a picture in the background for those who are familiar with that devil-looking dude. But yeah, that to me, I think Gargos' appearance was influenced by that.
It could be. There was also hinting that Gargos was just like thrown from like recent movies that had just came out, like
Yeah.
little action horror type movies and shit. Like there was talking about a reference to like Underworld and
Yeah.
Frankenstein and
Mhm.
some of this shit or whatever. So
All
it's
right.
definitely interesting how his character has came about, but to make him the way how he is now,
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, a lot of people are mad because he can hit you from full screen. That's a mess.
Yeah, the teleport punching stuff, but
Teleport punching, the Izuna drops, using the summons, taking your special meter away, taking your health meter away, breaking out of any combo known to mankind, fucking sweeping you.
that's what I'm asking. Is he the boss of the game now?
I don't know. They haven't really stated that of anything. Mind you, there's still 2 more characters left.
Wow, that season ended quick.
Well, I mean,
Grand
because-
opening, grand closing.
They were smart enough to render the characters at the end of season 2, and with that time gap, to have all the rendering done. So by the time like each month came out to present itself, they'll already be way ahead of production.
Yeah. Okay. Also, I see a lot of chatter in the chat. Apparently, Nintendo's partnering with CEO Gaming. And what was that? It wasn't okay. CEO 2016 for Melee and Smash on their Twitter. Okay, interesting news. And just looking at some other stuff. Oh, and good for that plug. Yeah, mustardseedcomics.com. Make sure you check that out. A buddy, a friend of the show, is making a fighting game. I was asked for assistance, but I haven't been programming fighting games in a long time. So I might have to, dust off my boots, and I am kind of busy with life and stuff. So I'm gonna see if I can assist. But I'm always looking to help somebody out here and there. All right, but
Alright, you could just keep going. That was
yeah, we're gonna wrap up. On your knees, do you have anything to add, or Demizzle?
I got nothing.
The latest episode of the free play mode right now, and I do have the seed.
Say again, you're breaking up.
We go over a number of topics. We go over the new Captain America comic that just dropped, Doom, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, as well as the continued Ghostbusters controversy. So definitely be on the lookout for that within the next 25 to 30 minutes.
All right. On your knees, anything to add? I know you and I are probably either later tonight or tomorrow will do the 20XX dual stream.
Yeah, I'm looking to do something with Factorio as well, so stay tuned for that. Probably when I just do it, I'll just do it, and you can watch it on YouTube if you're not keeping up on the channel.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
that won't be. That'll just happen when I arrange something for it.
Okay. Cool. So with that, New Gaming Order, we're going off the air. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out at newgamingorder.com. All the topics that were not covered today will be picked up on Tuesday. And, again...
Actually, I do got one thing.
Okay.
I'm going to put it in Discord. Apparently, I don't know where this was out of, but this happened earlier this month. there was a derelict cruise ship that was supposed to be some type of gaming boat. So it was, derelict. It was, collecting dust and whatnot. So these collectors found 50 classic arcade cabinets.
What? Wait,
they
wait.
liberated them.
What? So there was a cruise ship that had all these arcade cabinets in them?
It's been sitting for years. As a matter of fact, they even have a list of all the games in there on the website.
Okay.
Including, there's like 20 plus pinball machines. And
Yeah, I'm putting the link in the chat so everybody can check that out. Wow, that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, they got classic like.
I'm pretty sure they got Galaga, a freaking Gauntlet, Pac-Man.
Yeah, they got a couple Asteroid boxes, a bunch of Atari stuff.
Wow.
This is going back to the 70s. These machines.
Okay.
They do have Missile Command and a couple Taito Space Invaders.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Classic shit. So I thought that was a bit interesting.
That was good PSAs. I like that. I like that. All right. On Your Knees came through in the clutch. All right. So New Gaming Order. We are out. We'll see you guys next. Well, next week I have military duty, so I'm gonna stock up on content. So since we won't air on Saturday, but with that being said, we'll see you guys next time. I'll hit you with the head crush. Peace.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
All right, so
I've been a bit lacking in that today. I'm working on 4 or 5 hours of sleep again. So
hey, don't feel bad, man. All right, so you know what? We finished like right on time. Usually by 1 o'clock, I want to be done. All right, for our director's cut people, T-Risk, Slinky Jim, Blazing Kit. You know what? I keep messing up the name, but I'm gonna call you Blazing from now on. Blazing sounds cool. All right, so
Blazing Saddles.
No comment. Do what he say. Do what he say.
Lord, he's desperate. Do what he say. Do what he.
I can't stand you. All right, so
I could put the earlier portion of that in there, but I don't know if that would be
I'll probably get flagged. Wait, call him 420. What the heck? Wait a minute. T-Risk told me to call Blazing 420. All right. Well, hey, you gotta get his consent first. Pause. All right, so guys, I hear my dog barking hysterically outside, so let me go get him.
I will say this for the director's cut. There's a rumor out there that Suge Knight has been sexually assaulted in his jail cell.
Well, Jared Fogle got taken care of, and Bertie Madoff. They made off with his butt. No comment. Dang. All right, so
while we're on that topic, real quick, I posted this earlier, but a study came out today that apparently half of the misogynistic insults on the internet, I think this was probably just Twitter, were from women.
Really? What the heck?
Who would have thunk it? Half the population is responsible for half the misogynistic things.
Yes. Well, hey, well, no comment. No comment. That's funny. You know what? And then, again, no comment. All right, New Gaming Order.
It wasn't gaming related, so I didn't put it out there. But
well, that's why it's director's cut.
Yeah, that was quite interesting, and Dave might find that useful for his thing later, especially since he's talking about the Ghostbusters still. I didn't realize that was still a thing.
Well, you know what? Matter of fact, Tuesday I wanted to actually talk about that. But
they went after. You saw how they went after AVGN over that shit, and his video didn't even mention the female cast.
Yeah, he just mentioned it because that's what it's going to be called, which is true. It's going to be called, the shit Ghostbusters or the female Ghostbusters. But I've seen some videos. I have to find them, but it's a bunch of industry insiders. And as soon as the guy, he covered it well, and if you look hard enough, you'll find how they discussed the progression of the movie. How it originally went from, the original cast, and then once Harold Ramis died, it completely derailed. The guy who was supposed to direct it left, and as soon as they left, most insiders would know, all right, it's going to be an all-woman cast, because that's what this fucking SJW, I forgot what her name is there, one of the VPs, who was utterly shamed with the Sony email link as well, but wanted an all-woman cast just because that's her agenda.
Damn, you know what? This is Tuesday. I'm going to see if I can cook something up for that after I do my military admin.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that as a topic, give me a little bit of time. I'll try to get the research done for you.
Oh, wait, let me know when you're ready, and then I'll work around you.
I don't get home. I don't get home till after 9. So if you do it 10 o'clock, that'll work for me.
All right, that's fine. We'll set something up. All right, so
Okay.
director's cut, guys. We are out. We'll see you next time. Peace.